Hey guys, here's my review of Uncanny Avengers issue 2. This is my first Marvel book that I will be reviewing here that I've bought. Hold up. Yep, there we go. And also the first review for this year, as a matter of fact. I've been lazy. I went to KatsuCon. That was fun. But yeah, let's get into this. So right away, I'm really liking the artwork. What drew me to this comic book is the fact that Brother Voodoo was in it, and I wanted to read more about him. And Captain America, the new Captain America, freaking the Falcon, and of course Sabretooth, which was like my favorite, I guess, X-Men villain. I dig their new outfits and all that. So, Sabretooth is getting his butt whooped at the beginning of this by, I guess, the henchman of, like, the personal, henchman of the High Evolutionary, which is another character I was interested in. They're on Counter Earth, which is like I don't know if you remember the Spider-Man Unlimited series, where Peter goes to like this different planet and they're all like these animal people. That's this. So a little nostalgia for some 90s kids, or if you watch it. So basically, excuse me, the High Evolutionary just like shoots a beam of light like straight through Sabretooth, and freaking collapses. So after that, he, since he did this like in, I guess, a park of some sort, with excuse me, it looks like a park basically. He apologizes to the citizens, all got animal heads and whatnot, so it's pretty cool. And he just has this big monologue that's just, to me, just like pure poetry, and I love it. By the end of it, that's freaking, worth the price of buying this comic alone. So I won't spoil that at all. I'll let you go pick this up yourself if you want to hear it. But basically, he decides to. Okay, so Sabretooth regains consciousness, he heals and everything, and he lunges at the High Evolutionary, to which he uses powers to like just pause him in midair, and he's intrigued by the fact that he's able to heal himself entirely, so he says, "How extraordinary, you I have use for, unlike the rest," so he wipes out this entire freaking, city, essentially. He tells Sabretooth, your perception is skewed. This is not true life. This is a test tube. A failed experiment in a quest for perfection. One of thousands, and thousands more to come. So, and from that we shift to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. They're on these little medical lab tables, trying to figure out what's going on. Next page we see that there's this group of what I'm going to consider rebels. I didn't actually read the first issue, so this is all very new to me, but I'm liking it. I guess the main guy in charge is this person called the Low Evolutionary, which is a human, and they're arguing about all the lives that were lost just moments ago. 5 million souls, 5 million, animal people, and this one rebel, she's quite upset with the Low Evolutionary. She says, essentially, that you've, chose the lives of Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver over those 5 million people. Then we go to my man, Brother Voodoo, and he's in what looks to be a church, and he's hearing all of the voices of the recently dead, just, all just in anguish and sadness, and he's trying to, delegate. Yeah, yes, he says, please, you must choose a single delegate, a single voice, your cries are overwhelming me, so, he basically, kind of just levitates into the sky and kind of just shoots his staff down and says, like, enough, reveal yourselves, and they all pop up, and he asks for someone to be the main voice for he calls them the Council of Anguish, which I think is a very cool name, and the representative of the murdered people happens to be a lady named Donovan. She is the first daughter of High Evolutionary. She's forgive me if I'm wrong. I think High Evolutionary is like a robot, so I'm guessing she's like a daughter, just like the rest of these animal people that he created. So, so she's explaining to him how the High Evolutionary has these unattainable expectations. You must stop this. Blah blah blah. A million souls join the council. And the High Evolutionary is saying, "Rise, green ones." We go to him. He's on like what looks to me like a airplane strip of land. It says, "Cleanse the city, grows trees, consume the remains of the failed. For tomorrow I replant. Tomorrow I grow a new breed, a better breed. Hopefully one more befitting of my gift of life." And we see one of these greens, I guess you would say. They're like these people just crawling up out of the ground. They look like, not quite like Groot, but just like tree people, still like musculature. One of them is Captain America. So that's, like a surprise there. That's, I guess, a little shocker. Then we go to Sabretooth, who's in like a prison cell basically, and he's being tortured by this guy named Lord Gator. He's not, the High Evolutionary wants him to speak, and talk and give him answers to things. So he rips out his veins, basically. He ripped out all of his veins in order to get him to talk, because beforehand Lord Gator with his axe was unsuccessful. It didn't even scream, so the High Evolutionary summons like digitally Lord Scientist, Master Scientist, to investigate what's going on, and says the Master Scientist says he's discovered no mutants, and he has Rogue in his like laboratory, I suppose. And High Evolutionary says unravel his robust regeneration, referring to Sabretooth. And most importantly, his hunting abilities rival all my new mins. He is the key to locating my son. And he says, I await his arrival. So he's going to send Sabretooth to Master Scientist, and Rogue is already there with him. So High Evolutionary leaves. He says, we have an interesting dilemma, Luminous. And this luminous person, the last page there, looks quite interesting. Again, I love the art on this. Says, I need you to kill your brother and sister. So, yeah, I really enjoyed this issue. I will definitely be picking it up each and every month. I'm really liking it so far. And, yeah, that's my first review of my first Marvel book. And, I'll see you guys next time. Forgive me, yeah. Peace.